Okay. Good morning. 10 o'clock, Friday morning, April 3rd. Thank you all for your attendance. Anthony, if we could all stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Again, good morning, and thank you for your attendance this morning at this special meeting of the Village of Monroe Board of Trustees here April 3rd. Just for the public's notice, the exit out behind you on your right and up here on your right as well. First order of business, a roll call. Trustee Berenger is out. Trustee Ferraro?
Here.
Trustee Carl?
Carl present.
Trustee O'Connor is out. Oh,
That may be him.
we'll pause for a moment. Nope.
Nope.
Okay, very
Okay.
good. Okay, so trustee O'Connor is out and Mayor Dwyer is here. So we have three folks, three of the members are here. Let the record show that. Next order of business is the approval of the meeting minutes of the March 17th meeting as submitted by the clerk. I need a motion to accept.
Ferraro make the motion.
Second,
Carl will second.
discussion? Call the question?
Ferraro, aye. Carl, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business here was the appointment of Michael Zara, which we're going to be tabling for the next board. Just a point of order there. Next order of business is the Webster Bank signature authorization to add Elizabeth Doherty as the new treasurer. And I guess I'll read that into the minutes. Resolved, the Board of Trustees authorized the change of signatories and maintenance of the online banking on the Webster Bank account numbers, adding Elizabeth Doherty, village treasurer, effective April 1 of 2026. I need a motion to accept.
Carl will make that motion. Ferraro second.
Discussion, call the question.
Ferraro, aye. Carl, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business is the Marvier doing business as Scalia and Company Craft Kitchen and Bar Liquor State Authority 30-day waiver request. Trustee Ferraro, you want to do that?
Okay. Whereas Malvar Inc., doing business as Scalia and Company Craft Kitchens and Bar located at 785 Route 17M, Suite 2, Monroe, New York, has applied for their liquor license with the New York State Liquor Authority as required by law. And whereas the Board of Trustees of the Village of Monroe takes no exception to the approval of the liquor license and hereby waives its rights to a 30-day hold on the license application for Malvar Inc., doing business as Scalia and Company Craft Kitchens and Bar. Now, therefore, it is resolved, the Board of Trustees waives its rights to acquire a 30-day hold on the Malvar Inc., doing business as Scalia and Company Craft Kitchen and Bar license applications, and I'll put that in the form of a motion.
Can I get a second, please?
Carl will second.
Discussion, call the question.
Ferraro, aye.
Carl, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business is the request to dedicate Orange Turnpike Still Road as Brian C. Mulkeen Memorial Way. Okay. I resolve the Board of Trustees hereby approves the installation of a dedication sign reading Brian C. Mulkeen Memorial Way at the intersection of Orange Turnpike and Still Road in recognition of Officer Brian C. Mulkeen, who lost his life in the line of duty after courageously pursuing an armed suspect and acting to protect fellow officers and the community. This sign shall serve as a lasting tribute to his bravery, service, and sacrifice, ensuring that his memory lives on. I need a motion to dedicate this sign and place it on that, on Still Road.
Ferraro make the motion.
Carl will second. Discussion.
Please,
This is just gonna be a ceremonial name that's put up there that.
above the street sign.
Right, so
Yep.
the Still Road will still.
Remains,
officially-
yes,
Okay, thank you.
absolutely, thank you. Okay, so any further discussion? Call the question?
Ferraro, aye.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business is the authorization to sign Orange County Municipal Legislative Grant of 2026. Resolve the Board of Trustees hereby authorize Mayor Dwyer to execute the 2026 Orange County Municipal Legislative Grant Application as submitted by P. Toohey, Legislator P. Toohey, in the amount of $4,999 to provide financial resources for community enhancements, specifically to assist with seeding in Phase 1 of the Mill Pond Parkway Sidewalk Improvement Project. I need a motion to accept this grant opportunity and resolution.
Carl will make the motion.
Second?
O'Connor will second.
Discussion? Call the question?
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business is the resolution designating the property located at 150 Franklin Avenue in the Village of Monroe as a public park for the purpose of protecting well number 4, a public water source, and providing public access to the archives of the Village of Monroe's Historical Society. Trustee Carl?
Whereas the Village of Monroe is the owner of real property at 150 Franklin Avenue, Monroe, New York, and Village of Monroe, Orange County, State of New York. Do you want this whole thing read? Is this whole thing
You
read?
know what, do you want me to read it real quickly? It would be good to read it into the record, and yes,
Okay.
read it.
You want to read it, or you want me to do it? I'll do it. All right.
You do it.
No problem. Couple of pages here. Whereas the Village of Monroe is the owner of real property at 150 Franklin Avenue, located in the Village of Monroe, County of Orange, State of New York, identified on the Monroe tax map as Section 204, Block 4, Lot 1, and whereas the property adjoins a portion of Smith's Clove Park that contains well number 4, a source of drinking water for the Village of Monroe, and whereas property was purchased as a buffer to ensure that the property was not overdeveloped or used in any way that could be harmful to well number 4, and whereas the property also protects the buffers Smith Clove Park from surrounding development, and whereas the existing historical house located on the property is over 200 years old and was originally built and owned by the prominent Mapes family, and whereas since the purchase of the Village of Monroe, the property and the house have been used as the home to the Village of Monroe Historical Society, which society preserves and safeguards historical documents and other materials and objects that are important to the story of the Village of Monroe. And whereas the public has shown a strong interest in having access to the Village of Monroe's archival history, and the property provides a natural link between Smith's Clove Park and the Historic Society. And whereas by declaring the property a public park, the Board of Trustees has identified a significant public need and opportunity to, number 1, protect a public water source for stormwater runoff or contamination from overdevelopment. 2, preserve, protect, and secure historical documents, records, photographs, maps, artifacts, and other archival materials that reflect the history, heritage, culture, governance, and development of the Village of Monroe and its surrounding community, collectively village historical documents. Number 3, make such village historical documents accessible to the public for educational, research, cultural, and civic purposes in a manner and under conditions that safeguard the integrity and longevity of the materials, and provide a central, permanent, and public recognizable location within the village adjacent to Smith Clove Park where such materials can be collected, curated, displayed, and interpreted for residents, visitors, scholars, and future generations. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees declares the real property commonly known as 150 Franklin Avenue, Village of Monroe, County of Orange, State of New York, the property and any buildings and improvements thereon has been identified by the Board of Trustees as suitable for the use as a public facility dedicated to the protection of well number 4, the village water source, and the preservation, housing, and public displays of historical documents and materials relating to the history, heritage, and governance of the Village of Monroe. Be it further resolved that the property is adjacent to Smith's Clove Park, an existing public park owned and operated by or on behalf of the village, thus creating an opportunity for coordinated public use, access, and enjoyment, and for the development of a contiguous or complementary public park complex whose recreational activities do not pose a threat to well number 4. Be it further resolved that the Board of Trustees further determine that dedicating the property as a public park for the express and primary purpose of protecting well number 4 and housing the village historical documents and make such materials available to the public under appropriate policies, procedures, constitutes a valid and important public purpose that, number 1, protects the public health by buffering well number 4 from overuse or overdevelopment of the property, promotes civic education and engagement. Number 3, preserves the village culture and governance heritage. Number 4, enhances the village public amenities, including in conjunction with Smith's Clove Park. And number 5, serves the general welfare of the village and its inhabitants. Be it further resolved that the board finds and determines that, number 1, the proximity of the property to well number 4 and to Smith's Clove Park presents a unique and beneficial opportunity to integrate historical, educational, cultural, and recreation use for the benefit of the village. Number 2, the designation of the property as a public park will complement and enhance the use of Smith's Clove Park by expanding the range of public amenities available to village residents and visitors. And number 3, the co-location of vital water protection area and cultural and recreational facilities supports efficient use of municipal resources, coordinated management, and increased public visibility and utilization. Be it further resolved, the board finds it necessary, appropriate, and in the public's interest to adopt the formal resolution. Number 1, designating the property as a public park of the village of Monroe. Number 2, stating that the primary public purpose of such park shall be the protection of well number 4 and the housing, preservation, curation, and public access to the village of historical documents and related historical materials. Number 3, providing for the management, operation, and maintenance of the property in a manner consistent with the status as the water protection, the water source protection, parkland, and specialized archival functions. And number 4, authorizing village officers, employees, and agents to take all actions necessary and appropriate to implement such designation and purpose. Be it further resolved that the board does hereby direct the village clerk to record a copy of this resolution with the Orange County Clerk's Office, and proof of filing shall be kept in the village files. And I will put this in the form of a motion to accept this as parkland.
Second, please.
Ferraro, second.
Discussion?
Yes, just, again, this property falls within the critical aquifer zone, protection zone of well number 4. So this is just another layer of protection for the village in protecting our source water here in the village. Because without water, we don't have a village. So I wholeheartedly agree with this whole process.
Very good, thank you. Okay, no further discussion, let's call the question.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Okay, next order of business is the standard workday and reporting resolution for elected and appointed officials. Whereas the state of New York and local retirement system require municipalities to establish a standard workday for elected and appointed officials for reporting purposes, and whereas the Board of Trustees of the Village of Monroe must determine the standard workday and reporting requirements for such officials. Now therefore be resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Monroe hereby establishes the following as standard workdays for elected and appointed officials, and will report the following days' work to the New York State and local retirement system based on the record of activities maintained and submitted to the treasurer. Elected officials are the mayors and the trustees. Standard workday 6. Title of appointed officials: the village clerk, deputy village clerk, the treasurer, the deputy treasurer, the building control clerk, the account clerk typist, the assistant building inspector 3, the assistant building inspector 3. One was full-time, one is part-time. Building inspector 3 full-time. Clerk to the village justice, 1 full-time, 1 part-time. parking enforcement officer, full-time, secretary to the police chief, dispatcher, full-time, dispatcher, part-time, DPW employees, full-time, and police officers. And it be it further resolved, the treasurer is hereby authorized to maintain records of activities submitted by elected and appointed officials and to report such information to the New York State local retirement system from the years of 2010 through the current year of 2026. I need a motion to accept this resolution.
O'Connor will make the motion.
Second,
Carl, a second.
discussion?
Yeah, just, and again, these standards, did they come from the state, or
Mm-hmm. Yes,
that's all from the state?
yes.
Okay, all right, thank you.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Kim, I think it's a 7-year,
I said was 8,
yeah, every 8 years this needs to be done, so it's due right now, correct?
yes.
Okay, and those of us that don't,
You don't have, you're not included. You
yeah,
don't have to report.
because I'm collecting from the state
So,
pension, so
yeah.
I'm not, I don't.
In the system.
You're
I'm not-
fine.
Yeah, I'm already in the system, but I'm collecting from the system.
Gotcha. Okay, any further discussion? Call the question?
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business is the merger of Riley Road, 8 Riley Road and 2 Riley Road. Trustee Carl?
Whereas the Village of Monroe is the owner of real property known as 2 Riley Road, Section Block Lot 41-23.22, and 8 Riley Road, Section Block Lot 41-2-22.22. And whereas 2 Riley Road contains the village's water plant, which it should be the, it's not the water plant, it's the gatehouse.
That should be corrected then, and there's also another correction we need to make.
Yeah, there is another one.
That should read gatehouse. Whereas 2 Riley Road contains the village gatehouse and it fronts Monbassia Lake. Whereas 8 Riley Road adjoins 2 Riley Road and also fronts Monbassia Lake. And whereas the village purchased 8 Riley Road for the purpose of enlarging the water gatehouse property, limiting any further development next to its water gatehouse, resolving an encroachment on 2 Riley and further protecting the village's watershed. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby ratifies the merger of 8 Riley Road, SBL 41-2-22 .22, with 2 Riley Road, SBL 41-23.22.
Hang on one second,
Yeah,
just pause. Just take a look at that, you're missing the,
yeah, 2. It should,
block.
both of those should read 41-2-23.22, both of those.
and I need to be absolutely sure that we're right on that SBL.
No, it's correct.
It
It's
is
just-
correct, that I know.
Just that that piece is missing, right?
Yep.
All right, so that's up at the top, Kim,
Yep.
And at the bottom.
first whereas.
Mhm.
Okay, it's the SBL 41-2-23.22,
Mhm.
and then SBL 41-2-22.
Yep, got it.
Okay, and then that falls below. Thank you, John. Go ahead.
All right, let's see, I'm through everything, so, I put it in the form of a motion that we
Second,
purchase
please.
2 lots.
O'Connor will second.
Discussion? Call the question?
Yes,
I'm sorry.
That's okay. These 2 lots, especially merging the one that we purchased, are well within the 1,000 feet of the water intakes. So again, protecting our source waters. This property is only within a few hundred feet of the water intakes from Monbassia Reservoir. So again,
Critical.
protecting our water source.
Right, and that was the initial,
That was all in the drinking water source protection
Protection
plan that
plan.
we spent 14 months doing, to, you know, again, try to protect wherever we can the reservoir, and the well site that we have. So that
Agreed.
has been accomplished.
okay. Further discussion? Call the question?
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Okay, that's what we got. Trustee Farrar, do you have anything?
Just that the summer's here, Airplane Park is getting busy, and there are still pickets available for purchase, so have your name or business put on one of those pickets, it'll be there forever. It's only $50. Just go onto the Monroe, the village site, and just fill out the form.
Thank you. Trustee Carl?
Yeah, just a couple quick things here. First and foremost, the firework drone show is set for Friday night, July the 3rd. So we're still soliciting for food vendors and the like for our street festival. Village Clerk Zahar has been working with me on this. She's been keeping me in line. But we're working to get that thing set up. I think it's going to be a great show. We do have the Mighty Spectrum Band, which is a hard sought band to get, and we got them for that Friday night. So just looking for everybody to come out. 250th birthday of the United States of America. And last, just wanted to thank the board. You guys, we had a good time here. You know, we agreed to disagree along the way, but when we got the people's business done, and that's the main thing. And you can all hold your heads up high, because a lot of stuff was done this past 4 years. So, you know, we move on in life, and we go to the next chapter. You never know what's gonna come your way. I mean, I was where you were, Mayor, and I'm back.
Right.
So, but all in all, I've made friends.
Yeah.
I've made some friends here. So, all the best to you, and let's stay in touch.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it. Trustee O'Connor?
Been a pleasure and an honor. Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to, out for the public, I just want to say first and foremost that I want to thank the residents of the village for the opportunity to serve here in the village of Monroe. It's been an amazing opportunity. I've been humbled by the amount of good people that are in this community, all looking to maintain their quality of life and to raise their families here. Monroe is a very diversified community, and everybody's embraced and all on equal footing. So being the guy up in the front there, as I like to tell the story, I tie my shoes like everybody else. I'm nobody special. I've been given the opportunity to serve, and I take that very, very seriously, and I want to thank the public for that. I also want to thank the board. Debbie, Trustee Burns is not here, but I want to thank the entire board for all the hard work that they've done. When I think back of some of the things that I've learned, Trustee Ferraro actually tried really hard to teach me how to be technologically savvy, and it was like kicking and screaming. I know more about water because of Trustee Carl than I care to share, but I know a lot, and I appreciate that. And Trustee O'Connor has given me the moral compass to be here and to be able to do the things I do, and I'll always treasure that.
Thank you.
So, and then I want to thank, most importantly, my clerk, Kim Zara, who is just the gatekeeper for everything we do here. And I want to thank her, and I want to thank my village hall. I want to thank my treasurer, former treasurer, for coming in today in case there was a need for him, his services. Anthony, everything you've done, I appreciate it. You came in very difficult circumstances, and I thank you for that. And then I want to thank my DPW, Aldo Chiappetta, and his team. It's the finest DPW and water departments in Orange County, Will Ostrowski and Maddie and them. And then my police department, Chief Guzman and their department. They're a community police agency, and I've always appreciated everything that they've done in keeping this community safe and sound. It's been an absolute honor to serve you all. I want to thank my attorney, Elise Terhun's been with me since day one. And as John said, we had our challenges, and I would agree that we've had it, but our attorney kept us in line and kept us on the straight and narrow. And for that, I'll always be appreciative of her and the work that she's provided to us, because it's a big job and it's a difficult job. And I do want to say that. So that's what I wanted to say to everybody out there, everybody here in the public. And I want to say God bless Monroe and God bless this country as we move forward. And All the best, thank you. Public comment.
Tough to follow there, Mayor. They had Dan Burke, Rye Hill Road, Village of Monroe. And thank you for one particular, protecting the water. That water comes down to my house, and as we found out during Tropical Storm Sandy, it's a gravity feed. Power outage, we still got water. So, you know, so I really appreciate that in particular. And in general, what you've done, a lot of accomplishments, and you set some standards, and Trustee Carl will still be here to make sure those standards endure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dan, appreciate it. Okay, if nothing further, no one else from the public wishes to speak upon this, I think we somebody make a motion, please, to adjourn this meeting, which is our final meeting. All the best, happy Passover, and a blessed Easter to everybody.
Andy, Marty, why don't you finish it up?
Ferraro make the motion.
O'Connor, a second.
Call the question?
Ferraro, aye.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, ayes, so carried. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.